Coming up tonight on Newswatch, and the coronavirus continues to spread.
The XFL makes a triumphant return.
And Donald Trump speaks after his impeachment acquittal.
All that and more on Newswatching tonight.
The coronavirus continues to make its way around the world. There are now confirmed 31,484 cases, with nearly 99% of those taking place within China. The United States has 12 official cases, with 2 potential carriers living right here in Ithaca. Cornell University announced on Friday that his second student is being held in isolation after meeting the criteria to be tested. The university's first case resulted in a negative test, maintaining 0 confirmed cases in New York State. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention said that results could take up to a week to be processed. Any Ithaca students who feel like they have flu-like symptoms may call Cornell Health at 607-255-5155 for 24/7 consultation.
The XFL Football League made a splash in their 2020 inaugural season opener over the weekend. The league, run by Vince McMahon, first kicked off in 2001, but folded that same year after revenue and sponsor loss. But now the league is ready to give fans 10 more weeks of football. Expectations are mixed, as the last football league to be introduced, the AAF, only lasted 8 weeks before the league cost became too much. Things are looking up, though, as Dan Rovell of Action Sports said the XFL before kickoff has already surpassed ticket sale revenue for the entire season of the AAF.
After Donald Trump won his impeachment acquittal in the U.S. Senate, he spoke at the White House on Thursday. The third ever president to be placed on trial in U.S. history stated that he did nothing wrong and that the trial was a result of political foes who he labeled as scum, sleazebags, and crooked people. The trial that defined party lines could be far from over, as House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler told reporters that the House would likely pursue other Trump probes as well. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says she has no regrets about pursuing an impeachment. This comes at a time when a new poll shows Trump's approval rating at a term high 49%. And on the other side of the political aisle, Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez has said the party is prepared for a recanvass of the Iowa caucus should any presidential campaign request one. The Buffalo native, who is currently approaching his 3rd year at the position, called the problems in Iowa a major league failure. The party's final count showed former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg with a 0.1 percentage lead over current Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in share of delegates. Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden finished 3rd and 4th respectively. As of now, no campaign has requested an official recanvass, and the Buttigieg and Sanders campaign have both declared themselves victorious.
A Thailand soldier who had gone on a killing spree on Saturday was brought down over the weekend. The soldier who will not be named killed 20 people along with injuring 42. The soldier started at a rampage around 3:30 p.m. when he killed his commanding officer and stole weapons from the base he was stationed at, and then moving to a shopping center where he opened fire on multiple sites in the mall. The police were able to get the majority of civilians out before moving in and taking out the threat. According to the Defense Ministry, they have no idea what his motive was, stating they didn't know why he did this. It appears he went mad. A former Cortland athlete is making a name for himself in the NFL. Dan Pitcher, who was the play for the Cortland Red Dragons from 2008 to 2011 as the quarterback, has been promoted to the quarterback coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Pitcher, who started his career with the Colts as a scout, then moving to the Bengals in 2016, has moved up the ranks and is poised to make an impact on the Bengals' future. The Bengals are expected to take LSU's Joe Burrow with the 1st overall pick in the draft, which will give Pitcher a potential superstar to mold.
After 8 months missing, a pit bull has been reunited with his family. The dog, named Odin, went to live with his owner's grandparents in June of 2019, and after 3 days was gone from his home in Montrose, Pennsylvania. His owners say Odin ran away suddenly up a hill in their backyard. After a couple original reported spottings in the weeks after his departure, there was no sign of Odin after September. Then in January, there was a report of a roaming dog in Candor, New York, nearly 50 miles away and over an hour car drive away from where he was last sighted. Candor Dog Control was able to rescue Odin and return him to his owners, who call this a miracle you read about, and that he's now doing well at home.
Over the weekend, we celebrated the birthday of a music legend, an icon in film history, and someone who has composed some of the best sounds in film. John Williams, who turned 88 this year, is best known for his orchestral work in Jaws, the Star Wars series, E.T., Schindler's List, as well as the iconic Olympic fanfare and theme. Williams' next production will be the 5th installment of Indiana Jones, which is expected to come out in 2021. I first have to say happy birthday to John Williams. He has made some of my favorite music in pretty much every single one of my favorite films.
Sure, certainly music that people know, maybe not necessarily a name that people know.
I do agree with that.
Coming up next on News Watch, we give you the latest updates on the New Hampshire primaries happening tomorrow.
We bring you breaking news on the mystery of if Bob Iger went to Ithaca College.
And an exclusive interview with Ithaca's best Uber driver, Pete Johans.
Stay with us.